Hi, everyone. Anne O'Connell with OC Publishing here, and welcome to the Author Journey. Today is Tuesday, November 29th, and I bring that up because, oh my goodness, we are getting so close to the holiday season. We're really smack dab in the middle of it if you really start the holidays with Thanksgiving. So, what better gift to give over the holidays than the gift of reading? And today, I'm very excited that we're going to be highlighting one of our children's books, the next book that's coming out from OC Publishing. And it's called Orange Kitty and the Mouse Parade. Look how gorgeous is that? I know that we've been promoting it and talking about it, and it's almost here. So Orange Kitty and the Mouse Parade by E.M. Gales comes out this week in just a couple of days on December 1st. And I have a very, very special treat for you today. We have the author of Orange Kitty and the Mouse Parade joining us. So I'm very excited to bring up to meet you Elizabeth Gales. Yay! The very
Hi, Anne.
talented, lovely and talented and creative Elizabeth Gales. Welcome to the author journey, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
So
I'm
excited.
thrilled.
So excited to have you. And I mean, I'm going to gush because, as we've been working on your book, honestly, quite honestly, every time I went through an edit or looked at illustrations, oh, I just couldn't help but smile and giggle. And it's still the same. Like
And
it,
that's the best compliment because that's what you want. You want people to smile and have fun reading the story.
and it's so, I mean, we have so much going on in the world today that something that's just flat out joyful is extremely welcome. And we've got some folks watching. Sue Slade, hi Sue, thanks for joining us, and Cindy Tingley, who is one of your fellow OC Publishing authors. It's always so nice to have folks
Hi to
join us.
everybody.
And as we're chatting, if anybody has questions, please pop them in the comment section. And also, if you're watching a taped version, you're not watching live, please still feel free because we check back. And if you have questions for myself or Elizabeth as we're chatting about this beautiful book, please pop them in. So as I said, it's joyful. That's the word that I think of every time I look at it. I mean, what are some of the things that come to mind or came to mind as you were working on Orange Kitty?
It's something that's been in the back of my mind for decades, and I started drawing the figures, just doodling different ideas and things like that. And it was something that gave me joy when I was working on it
Mm-hmm.
in between being a mother and working and everything like that. And so to de-stress, I would come up with some characters and things like that. And it was always kind of just placed on the back burner till I retired a couple of years ago and
Mm-hmm.
thought, yeah, let's kind of see if I can
Time.
put this together. Yeah.
But it's not anything out of the realm of like reality for you. And you worked in healthcare, but as in a management position, working with seniors. But you've always had that creative flair. Like, what type of
Yes.
work were you doing while you were
Well,
working with seniors?
um, well, I was managing, it was a small senior center, 34 people, residents. So I was managing the center itself, but we couldn't afford a director, an entertainment director. So that was also in my job description. And
So there was Elizabeth.
yes, so we had a lot of sing-alongs, we had
Mhm,
dances we had plans for all the holidays,
mhm,
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, St. Patrick's Day,
mhm,
anything to liven the rooms up with decorations and
mhm.
games and things like that. So,
And that was
and
out
I
west, right?
that was out west, that was out
Mhm,
in BC. And I have
BC.
to admit that was my favorite part of the job. So,
Yeah, I can relate. I was teaching
yes.
preschool way back in the day, and my favorite times were song circle and story time.
Yeah.
And, you know, my love of children's literature, you know, comes from way, way back when I was a kid. You know, we read a lot as kids. And when I was teaching preschool, you know, when I did my early childhood education, you know, children's literature was always one of my passions. So it's nice to kind of come full circle. And Linda Faye Schmidt has just joined in. Hi, Linda. Thank you so
Hi,
much for
Linda.
joining us. You're just in time because we were just going to share a little bit of the story of Orange Kitty. If that works for you, Elizabeth, what do you think?
Sure.
Should we
Sounds
give
fine.
people a little look at this beautiful orange feline? Okay.
I dedicated it to all my children and grandchildren, tall and
Mhm.
small, because I have a wide selection. I've got a 13-year-old grandson and a newborn granddaughter, and so
Congratulations.
I thought it was appropriate.
There they are, the dedications. And I thought while Elizabeth read, I would show the pictures because it's a nice, big, colorful book. So then she can concentrate on the reading. She's going to read a few
Sure.
pages and then I will read a few too because I just find so much joy of it. Okay, let's go.
Okay, Orange Kitty has a favorite spot. It's not too cold, it's not too hot. A quiet place at the end of the hall, the long narrow hall with the bright yellow wall. Orange Kitty sees a little door just an inch from the floor. Curious, she stares and stares and stares and stares some more. She stares until, yawning
Oops.
a great big yawn, she closes an eye and does not spy one little mouse peek out and look about, out from the door just an inch from the floor. And I think that's the part that really spoke to me when I was writing it. I just loved the little blue door and it just being an inch from the floor, and everything kind of just flowed from there.
Now, where does blue come from? Like, why blue in particular?
I'm not sure. I think I just liked the way blue felt when I spoke it. So when I
Okay.
was reading the story out loud to myself, I just liked the way that sounded.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is so cute.
One little mouse with top hat and tails beckons to others, his sisters and brothers. Throwing the door open, he shouts, "Yippee! Time for a parade on this grand promenade." Two baton-twirling mice leap out with grace, right in front of Orange Kitty's sleeping face. Kitty, so tired, knows no regrets at missing all the fabulous pirouettes.
Hang on, let me spin here. So we have Sarah Butland has joined us. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining. She says, I love orange kitties. I had two at one point, so both unique. Congrats on your growing family. So exciting this time of year. Isn't it exciting? I think that so many people have a love of orange kitties.
Yes,
Let's
we
go
had a
on it.
very special orange cat many years back. His name was Max, and
Aw.
Max is a part of this orange kitty as well. So he did inspire the cat in this book a little bit. So
So here,
three happy mouse clowns tumble out the door. They stumble and roll all about the floor. Three silly mouse clowns with big red noses, delighting others with amusing poses. As
okay.
Orange Kitty dreams on in the hall, the long narrow hall with the bright yellow wall, four stilt-walking mice sway up on high on tall skinny stilts that wobble, oh my.
Okay, well, I think that's a really good taste of Orange Kitty. And we have James Simone who has joined us. Thank you for
Hello.
joining us, James. He says, is it available on Amazon or online anywhere? Absolutely. Orange Kitty is available from all of your favorite online retailers, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Indigo. And it's also, if you're here locally in Halifax, Elizabeth is based in Halifax, Nova Scotia. She made the trek cross country from BC.
I did.
And I had the great pleasure to meet her because we're also based in Nova Scotia. And we're very, very happy that Woozles, which is local children's bookstore, that is a famous children's bookstore in this part of the world, is also carrying Orange Kitty and Chapters, Halifax. So lots of places that you can pick it up. And if you send Elizabeth a note on her website, let me just share her website with you so you can go learn a little bit more about her. You could also maybe request a signed copy, or you can contact me at OC Publishing. Where did we go? ocpublishing.ca is all of our contact information. So let's go back to this amazing, fun story. I think we need to share the double spread. What do you think?
Sure.
So little Orange Kitty keeps snoozing, and more and more mice come out, and we've had some amazing reviews, advanced reviews, haven't we? And
we have, yes.
So a couple of
I'm
folks that
thrilled, just absolutely thrilled.
It's a wonderful. There's one author, local author, an educator, Sylvia Gunnery, who provided a review on the back, and if I may just read it, she says, Orange Kitty and the Mouse Parade is a carnival of colorful images, rollicking rhymes, and mice galore. Will Orange Kitty awake from her slumbers amidst the amusing antics of more and more and more talented and tiny mice that appear through a little blue door just an inch from the floor? That's so much fun to say.
It is.
Perhaps all this is simply a feline fantasy, or is it? Through her vividly detailed illustrations and her imaginative wordplay, Gales has created a story to delight all children and the adults who read aloud to them. That's Sylvia Gunnery, author and educator, said that. And I couldn't agree more. And I think, and you worked with seniors, and what I think is really relevant to share here is, and my niece is an elementary school teacher. So she was here visiting my mom, who is 98 years old, who does have dementia. And my niece started reading the story to her, and she was riveted. And it's playful, it's colorful, it's fun. And why was it that you chose like the rhyming approach? And we had a recent reviewer just yesterday who compared you to Dr. Seuss. How exciting!
Slightly compared. It's an honor to even be mentioned, have the, in the same name, but
same breath.
I've always loved poetry, and I read a lot as a child as well, poetry and children's books and young novels and everything like that. But poetry has always been something that I've truly enjoyed. And as my children, when they were young, I had all the Dr. Seuss books, and we would read them, and any other books, Silverstein with the Giving Tree and everything like that.
Yes.
So it's just something that I truly love. I love rhyming and everything like that. And it just kind of flowed. It felt good, creating this story with rhyme. And I'm just so thrilled that people find joy reading it, and that I finally got it into a solid book form instead.
Very exciting. It can be a very painful process, but I try and make it as fun as possible. And I want to say thank you, James. James just said, I've pre-ordered my copy from Amazon. I'm in Nunavut, so cannot make it to Nova Scotia shop. So Orange Kitty is going to be worldwide. Please, James, let us know what you think when it arrives. And I also want to give a shout out to Lana. Lana Shoup has joined us. And she says, sorry I'm late if I missed the answer to this question, but Elizabeth, is she working on any stories right now? Well, that segues quite nicely into what I was going to say. So
I actually am working on a second Orange Kitty story. It's called Orange Kitty and the Mouse Garden Party. And we'll have to wait and see if Orange Kitty actually wakes up when all the mice are having their fun. And I'm also working on a Halloween story called Willa Weanna Witch. And they too are all rhyming stories. So
oh, that's nice. Well, and I also have to share that when I first met Elizabeth and we started talking about Orange Kitty, I said, are you interested in illustrating other people's stories? Because we would love for you to come on board. So Elizabeth is not only an OC Publishing author, but she has joined the creative team as well and is working on the illustrations for a new book coming out in the spring. We'll probably start teasing that a little bit later, but you have not seen the last of Elizabeth
And
Gales.
I appreciate that. I've always wanted to illustrate children's books, and you've given me that opportunity. So it's a dream come true for
Oh,
me, and I appreciate it.
oh my God, it's such a pleasure. So, okay, guys, this is a no-brainer to have Elizabeth join the creative team. I mean, check this out, right? I'm trying to get as much of the double page spread in as possible. Look
That's
at
all
that.
55 mice. Yeah.
Yeah. And you please feel free to count them, everyone, but this is unbelievable. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about your illustrating process. Like, that is detail. I mean, 55 mice. And it says all 55 mice are zooming and playing, happily eating treats and parading. 55 mice all around Kitty, fast asleep in the hall, the long, narrow hall with the bright yellow wall. And the beauty, and also, of course, I was a preschool teacher, and there's so much that is wrapped up in this book, from not only sort of a playful perspective, but a learning. So there's the counting, there's the repetition, and kids love that repetition. So, but tell us a little bit about your process, like sketch and then what goes on from there. Share with
Well,
us.
I'm very much into pen and ink.
Mm-hmm.
I've always done pencil work, graphite, and it black and white especially is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got started coloring in my illustrations that I did with inks and watercolors. And for Orange Kitty, actually, I drew so many pictures on paper and posted them up on the wall and everything, and changed it and went over them so many times. But I actually moved over to digital with Procreate, and I've done a lot of the work. After I did my illustrations, I scanned them, dropped them into Procreate, and fiddled around with them on there. So this whole bringing Orange Kitty out has been a learning process for me as well. I've gone from just doing straight pen and ink and pencil, adding color, and now doing digital art. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it all. And the digital art is wonderful. Like I can experiment and try new things without having to redo the whole
Mm-hmm.
drawing completely over. So
Right.
it's been a lot of fun that way.
Well,
But
I have
yeah,
to even your sketches though have the flair, like the Elizabeth Gales flair, the EM Gales style. And you've done the storyboard for us for the book that we're working on for the other author,
yes,
and there was enough detail for us to really have a good look and get a sense and make suggestions. And it's really nice to have those preliminary sketches so you don't get too far down the road
yes,
before having to make
yeah,
changes, right? And
that's
I
right.
have to give a shout out to our designer, our book designer, David Edelstein, who does many of the OC Publishing titles, who teamed up with Elizabeth to create the
Yes,
final product. And I really loved how, and we should probably have brought him on today. Maybe we'll do that another time. But just the whole, the whole design and kind of working together. And since this was your first, like how did
yes.
that feel as
It
far
was
as?
amazing. David was wonderful. He had really good suggestions and he was very open to me changing things. I would change an illustration around because I wanted to portray something slightly different, and he
Hmm.
was so open to that, and he'd redo the page and everything. it was wonderful working with David.
He's a gem. And to sort of help, and a lot of that's quite new to me as well. I've only started OC Publishing in 2016, had sort of an idea of layout and design, but boy, he's just so patient. And like with the technical pieces, explains it quite
Hmm.
well,
He
what.
did.
Hmm.
He was able to give me the dimensions that I needed to fit the book, and I was able to reconfigure my illustrations to fit those dimensions.
Hmm.
Yeah, and his information was clear and concise
Hmm.
and easy for me to work with. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Well,
it
and
was good.
I think, and also you have such enthusiasm and passion for this new phase of your life. You say you reinvented yourself. You've moved to
Yes.
the opposite side of the country. You've totally shifted gears from a nursing home manager or administrator to now
Yeah.
this real creative. But you also have some training in illustration and that kind of thing. So what kind of training did you do?
Well, I attempted to get training all through my life.
Mhm,
After high school, I took courses, evening courses, and
mhm,
everything, and not just in illustrating and drawing and painting, but sculpture and English and everything like that. But I did apply to Emily Carr, College of Art and Design. This was in around 2020, I guess,
mhm,
and I was accepted, and I'd been going for almost a year. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but unfortunately, I had a loss at that time,
mm,
and um, a few other things that happened in life, and it was just too difficult with working and raising a family and
mhm,
everything to continue going to school as well. So
mhm,
I stepped back and focused on family and my work. And then about 3, 4 years ago, I was feeling quite burnt out and decided that I needed a fresh perspective. And I love the ocean. I love wind. And I thought, let's try Halifax. And we love it here.
That's great.
And you don't get as much snow as I thought you would.
Just wait.
But we love the wind, and we love
Good.
being near this close to the ocean, and yeah, and focusing on my writing and my illustrating has been a great joy for me, and I hope to
Mm.
keep doing that.
Oh my
And
goodness. I hope you do too.
yeah,
And Linda says, I love the phrase, the little blue door just an inch from the floor, too. It's playful and reminds of the rich rhyme and wordplay of Dr. Seuss, too. There you go. See?
thank
Everybody
you.
thinks, wow, you
That's
know what?
that's a great compliment.
The next Dr. Seuss.
Oh,
Please. Wouldn't that be exciting?
it would be,
Well,
yes, it would
we
be.
really the momentum is underway, and just a couple of days before the official launch. Like I said, just if anybody's joined us later in our discussion, that Orange Kitty is available to pre-order. The launch day is December 1st, but it's up now on all the Amazons. And of course, Barnes and Noble, Booktopia, if you're watching from Australia, all of those online retailers, and here in Halifax locally at Woozles and Chapters Halifax. But you can also visit the OC Publishing website and get more information, ocpublishing.ca, and Elizabeth's bio is on there as well. Or you can go and learn more about Elizabeth at elizabethmgales.com. And we all love, authors and publishers alike, love it when people reach out. And we also love it when people show their love to authors by giving reviews. So please don't be shy. Make sure, if you love Orange Kitty, to hop on Goodreads or Amazon or YouTube or TikTok. Do a little TikTok. I'm learning to use TikTok. and tell us what you love most about Orange Kitty, which mouse is your favorite. And actually, this Thursday, I will be doing an interview on USA Global TV with Dr. Jacqueline and Diane Floyd Bain on the Corner Bookstore, and we'll be celebrating the launch of Orange Kitty and a few of our other children's book titles. So anything else you'd like to share before we sign off? It's hard to believe that we get through this time so quickly.
If you do go to my website, you'll see some of my other illustrations as well. I try to keep downloading them. So if you're interested, there's other illustrations there on my website.
Okay. And we're hopeful that at some point you will have prints available.
Yes, I'm working on that. So I hope to have some prints ready in January.
Okay, so stay tuned for that. And you'll be, those will be available through Etsy. Is that correct?
No, not Etsy. Either from my website or I'm still working on coming up with a online store. So
okay.
So I'm going to have to ask my daughter for some help on that one.
So I'm going to suggest that anybody, whoever's out there watching, if you have a favorite, like, look, how cute is that? I'd love to see that on a t-shirt, right? If you have a favorite mouse or favorite illustration or a favorite combination, pop Elizabeth a little note from her website or on her social media and say, gee, I'd love to see a print with mouse number 8 who's tumbling. Oh no, what? I should probably, mouse number 2 who's twirling the baton. The detail is just absolutely incredible. I mean, look at that. They're playing trumpets. They got the little band hats on. Anyway, I'm over the moon about Orange Kitty, and just congratulations and thank you for trusting me with your baby and for joining the OC Publishing family. It's just been such a thrill. Okay, Lana says her favorite is Orange Kitty with the cupcake on his head. So obviously,
that's one of mine too.
It's one of hers too, because she chose it for the cover, right? And of course, I'm like, oh yeah, I could have gone with any of them, but that was just, it's sort of that, a little mystery. Why does this cat have a cupcake on his head, right?
Exactly.
Well, I'm just scanning to make sure I haven't missed any comments. Cindy says, your work reminds me very much of Walt Disney that I watched as a child. How nice.
That's also a nice compliment.
High
Thank you.
praise, yes. And Lana, Orange Kitty is one of my new favorite fun reads. Oh, it is. It is so much fun. And reading it to your littles, or like I said, your seniors. My mom loved it, and the wonderful thing is, I can read it to her again, and she won't remember that she's read it. And so enjoy, and what a wonderful gift for the holidays. If you're going to order it online, make sure you do it soon, because the mailing kind of slows down a little bit the closer we get to Christmas. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for joining us. Thank you for your joy and
for
creativity.
Having me.
Absolutely my pleasure, and we will do it again very soon. And for now, keep drawing, keep writing, and keep the joy coming. We just really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank everybody for joining us today on the author journey, as we were talking about Orange Kitty and the Mouse Parade. That's coming out this week on December 1st is the official launch day, but it's already available for pre-order from all of your favorite online retailers. And if you're here local in Halifax, Nova Scotia, there are copies at Woozles and at Chapters Halifax. And there are also, wherever you're watching from, if you request your local bookstore to order it in, they can do that for you. So for now, happy reading, happy holidays, and we'll see you next week on the author journey as the holidays continue. Happy reading. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.